Protect your home from home. Simple Caravan Insurance, sponsors of the Caravan Channel.
No matter what kind of motorhome or caravan you've got, it's important that once a year or so it ends up on the inside of something like this. This is a workshop, of course, and you want to make sure that your vehicle gets thoroughly checked over and maintained. The one thing you don't want in your caravan is damp. We spoke to a specialist engineer who told us all about damp, what it is, how to treat it, and most importantly, how to prevent it. Damp can be the death of a caravan. It can take hold and spread rot through the timbers, but the guys at Rolot Services are here to fight damp wherever it may be. Mobile or at their own workshop, they know how to track down wet and give a damp caravan what it needs.
My name's Lee, I work for Rolot Services, our own business. We just started by ourselves about 2.5 years ago, and we've progressed and we've now got a workshop which we do the main repairs in, and damp repairs and big insurance jobs as well. Main problem in caravans is damp. When you do a service, you go around with a damp meter. Obviously, you go around all the seals, like where these rails are, the awning rails, window rubbers. 9 times out of 10, it's where it comes in. What we do is we just go around with this. Then what we do is we advise the customer, then we give them a price, and we go from there. Okay, well, a customer rang me up, said he had a bit of damp in his van. I've gone there to inspect it for him, go around with a damp meter, and before I got there, he's already attempted to take half of the van out. It's been caused from the awning rail on the outside. Up above here, where my fingertips are, as you can see, it's just the timber is just disintegrating. What I would need to do is replace all the timber up the top. This polystyrene holds the water. It's like a sponge. You can see there's a slight ridge here. That's where the timber's collected so much water, it's expanded, it's pushed the board out. But you can keep seeing as you go down, it's getting softer, softer, till gradually you go down, and you can hear it's nice and solid then. So my advice is strip wherever damp there is in it, and stick a dehumidifier in it for at least 2 to 3 days, till you feel confident that it's dry enough to then reboard. Before you reboard, you need to replace all the timbers, take all the rotten timbers out, put new timbers in the top, bond them in. Once they've set, you have to leave it to dry. Then you can replace with your window rubber, your insert, and then start putting the furniture back together again. My best advice really is to either get a cover to put over the top, or even a tarpaulin sheet, anything like that, just to try and prevent any water from getting into it. And maybe every now and again, maybe twice a year, if you're not going to use it in the winter months, just give it an airing for a day, 2 days. The problems with the covers is they make the inside of the van sweat, and obviously you need to give it a bit of an airing to save that from happening. Just go around it every now and again and just knock on the board. If it sounds like that, it's fine. Obviously, if there's nothing there, then 9 times out of 10 it's wet. You can buy yourself a cheap damp meter anyway. They're not 100% accurate, but it'll give you a fair idea whether there's damp or not. Put it in the board, and this is reading 40%, which goes up into the red. It's just there. Basically, as soon as anything goes into the red, it's basically where there's water getting into the van itself. The main thing that causes it is the window rubbers. The reason being is because the mastic underneath just rots away. It goes hard. Once it goes hard, the water gets behind it. Somebody's been here before and they've tried putting silicone around it, which doesn't work. The easiest way to get it out is to take your catches off first. Once all your catches are out, peel the insert. Just peel all that out. That's where the staples, all the rust marks, it's basically where the water's been laying, gradually working its way in as well, and rotting the timbers out. So, peel them out. That's where the water's been getting in. It's completely rotted it out. The next thing is to clean all the old muck off. These are the staples that hold the rubber in place. Alright, once you clean all that off, get a rag with some white spirit and clean the rest off. It's definitely been leaking for a good few months to get this bad. It always pays, obviously, if you're going to buy a van second hand off of the internet, Always get an engineer to come out and give it a damp test. Obviously, if it is damp, then they can have words with the people trying to sell it to see if they can get any money taken off of it. You're now ready to put your new window rubber in. Okay, so you put it in, peel it over. That's the new mastic that's on it there. You just peel it round. Already comes beaded. Make sure as you're going round, they are actually pushed into all the corners. If they're not, then it allows more water to get back into it again. While finishing it, you just cut it just past the first joint that you put in. Peel it back, butt that up to that. Just press around it with your hands afterwards. Just make sure the mastic sticks. And to fix it, a staple gun. Put 2 or 3 across the joint, and then all the way around the rubber. In the corners. First off, you get fairy liquid, bit of water, or leak detector. Anything soapy, squirt it around the inside of the rubber, and just rub your hands around it so it covers the area. It's just easier to put the insert in. So the window insert tool. So just cut that. Just go back round bits that have popped out. Again, get a clean rag afterwards. Just wipe out any excess water. That's your window rubber. To attach it, get your window. Slide your window back in. Like so. Put the arms back in. And you have to go on the inside and line the catches up with the arms. That is one finished window on the outside.